But the thing is also is like when I said this, I'm also saying it for you that inside, that if you're not clear inside, then maybe you find that you're doing something that's not working because inside, on some level, you deny it. You say, I don't really want this, Some you want something, but not here completely. So nothing works. And then you feel, well, why is it so difficult? But it's to do also with our energy and our open we are, like this. And then you're just living a false life. It's like you're just living for some other reason than that your heart is just happy. You're up to some other thing apart from just that that you are moving as your heart. So if it's like that, then of course, it's not anything to do with anybody else. It's not anything to do with how you look. It's just to do with something that's probably not coming through from your heart enough, clearly. It's too much mixed with the mind and different kind of things, or an ego or something like this, and then it just creates all this thing. I feel that life is true. It's true to who you are. And if you are just yourself, then life works, even across languages and stuff like that. It kind of works, people just kind of feel, they feel okay with you. Or they just, sometimes you meet people and you just naturally trust them. I don't know why. I just feel naturally trust them. Something just feels, you know what, take the car, go, we do it, because you feel like you trust them. Another one you can know for a long, you can't trust, somebody you can't trust. I say, why is this? What is it? It's not just the look. People try to say, it's because you have looks, it's because, you got this. It's none of that. It's just some inner thing, because you are more centered inside. And as you're more centered inside, life feel more centered for you. You feel more centered in life also. Yeah. And even if things in the beginning feel difficult, they get easier as you stay steady inside. Because sometimes you meet people themselves, they're a bit rough. I know people, they're a bit, but after a while, they start to, somehow your energy, if it's peaceful, it starts to go into them. And maybe they'll never get this from their friends or their family. And you can feel the change that come over them. They become more soft, more slow in the way they speak, and they want to help you, We see it a lot of times. Even sometimes I go to the clinic or something like this, as a doctor, and the people somehow they start to, even the foot specialist, I found he was very abrupt. And after a while, he's laughing, yes, and giving us tips that we don't even ask for, giving us address and things like that we didn't ask for them and things like this. So it is a lot to do with, just how comfortable you are inside your own existence.
Can we look together?
Yes.
Yeah.
When do you mean look together? What? in time. I mean, if I asked you inside your heart, is it very clear for you what what really is the most important thing for you? If I ask what is the most important thing, if you have one question or one request, and I say, what is that? Will you be able to identify it immediately, or is there some cloud around it?
No, it's freedom.
It's freedom. Is that freedom with some pictures in it, or just your intuitive sense?
It's just a feeling.
Then that's already more than halfway of what needs to happen, in fact. Because if you have that, everything becomes much more simple, in fact.
That all I have, but somehow these whatever.
What is that when you say that? What it means?
Going for this, I thought it's just that, and sometimes it just says you don't know how to do it, and something went for this,
Well, you have to have also a bit of also in that is a clear discernment between when your mind is on duty, and when it is you. You have to know the difference between yourself and your mind. This is one of the first great steps, inside. That you know, okay, that's my mind. And what does it mean when I say it's my mind? It means that it's not reliable.
Yes.
It's not truth, you know, it's not truth. It might sound like it's honest, but it's not truth. It means that, you know, it's not reliable. And there come a time when that's enough for you, that you know that it's not truthful. So you don't feed it, you don't give it too much energy, you know.
But why did I feed it again? It seems to be so clear, like this I thought, it doesn't even exist all of it. And then
because
it so
if it come back, it means that something inside is not resolved enough. You know, if you easily pick it up again, it means that because that weakness cannot be with you properly. You see, the power won't stay with you if you're so easy to forget who you are.
Yes.
You know, so it's not that the I thought is so strong. It's just something gives into it, and that can change. You know, because
can you shop that, cut that, whenever?
Of course, it can. It can. Well, you have most part to do with it. Yes. You know, because I'm looking for someone always in my interactions with people who really feel, you know what? Okay, I know my mind can be a bit scary. I know that it's all of this, but you know, I'm really, you know, I'm really here for this. You know, and I'm going to be here for this today. And if you're still around tomorrow, I'm here for this tomorrow. I just, you know, like, you know, not every time someone goes, hey, you're gone, and then that won't do somehow, because as much as you are distracted so easily, then there goes your chance in a sense.
Yes.
It's just like that. So you have to get used to the thoughts coming, the kind of thought attack come, but you're aware of them. It's not that they come and suddenly, you know, like I have a kind of weakness, I was going to put it, but it's not, I encourage this weakness. It's like with food, for instance. I should not be eating certain kind of things, especially in the evenings, because it gives me acid reflux. Huh? But when I see the thing, right, that I fancy, I completely forget the cost, the price of it to my health. You know? I just see the thing and I think, you know what, I'll have some of that. And I eat it. There was like so many, like 5 pieces of chocolate, you know, and I just know it's not, don't do that, you know, but somehow I see the chocolate and I just forget everything. It's like I get hypnotized or something. I'm eating the chocolate and then after I think, wow, why did I eat 5 chocolate? And then in the night I'm so like stuff like this. So I understand how these things kind of work. It's like something come in your mind and it's just like it takes away your focus. Like it seems like your focus just go with it. Yeah. But even if you know that that's what happened, that which knows that that's what happened, that is not carried away. There's a constant in you. It's not an object. It's not like an organ or something, because nothing, even the organs are not constant. You know, in terms of your perception, you know, everything is kind of a movement. There's something there that just is there all the time. Its business is not to know anything like, oh, I know that this, I should do this, this. It doesn't function like that. It's just a place of total naturalness in you. So when you feel like, you know, wow, you know, my mind goes off and stuff, I don't even regard it as being that important. And my mind goes, oh, there I go again and stuff like that. If you believe that, then you're going to feel that that's where your spiritual practice failed. But for me, I don't give up there. I say, no, even if my mind was in a chaos, it's still not what I am. And I know that because I'm watching the chaos, I'm feeling the chaos. And I know while the chaos is going on, I know it is only like a storm. It passes also. But what happens, which is the same for everybody, but the difference is that people start to identify, oh no, I'm never going to get it. And then you create all this extra rubbish that's not there, wasn't even there in the first place. Let the tsunami be there, it's okay. But if you give more meaning and more meat onto it, then of course you put yourself off. Nobody beats you but you. And nobody beats you but you. It's you use our mind and say, yeah, my mind is very distracting. But your mind has no power to distract you without your cooperation. It just does not have that power. It doesn't have the desire. Because there's no living thing called the mind. The mind is you. It's just one of your power. It's something inside you that holds all this kind of duality. It's like inside, and it reflects it back to the consciousness. It's not totally got nothing to do with you. There is on some level, because you're much broader than being a person, you know. So when this thought attack comes, and it's, my mind goes and so on. Now I'm telling you that doesn't mean that doesn't mean your mind cannot take you away. You know, the moon cannot challenge the sun for light. You can't say, let's have a competition, see who is brighter. It just cannot do that. Your mind cannot overwhelm you. It's just that you believe that, and then it feels like it's true. There's something that's completely untouched. It's like I was saying yesterday when someone said, you know, I'm okay when I'm here, but as soon as I talk to people, I lose it. And I said, no, it's not true. That's another thought. You believe in that thought, that just by talking with other beings, you lose your center. That's a very costly thought if you believe it. You don't lose anything at all. And your life, yourself, is not the product of some technique either. You're already here. But there's a part of you that's made up in the mind. And then the rest is not made up by the mind at all. It's just what you are. Always been complete. And just complete is enough of a word. But then the mind added some things and said, oh, you needed this more. You need more of this and so on. And that just created a kind of clogging up of your power. It's just not true, you know. So mostly you've just been giving away your power, giving away your income, basically. It's not even income. You're giving away your, I don't know. You see, you can give everything away, but you can't give yourself away. You understand? You can give a lot of things away. Some people say, yes, I gave them my life. I say, even this you can give. It's still not you. You can give everything away, and you find that there's something that's always still fully here. It cannot even be diminished. If you know what that is. What does it mean? No, freedom.
Realizing my true nature and not going for this game of identity and believing in these things.
And why do you think you go something, you as this one goes for these things? Because you expect that it will bring you something that you will enjoy, or how is the game played in there? I mean, what keeps the game going like that?
It feels like the belief of not, how do you say, that I can't be with others then somehow, I don't know what to say, really strange, like a control thing. And
explain again, what is going on? If you can't be with others, if what happened? Are you feeling all blurred at the moment? How are you feeling at the moment? Right now, how are you feeling?
I don't really know.
You feel like you're experiencing some state of like just what, blurredness or confusion with what you're feeling, what you're seeing? Because you started talking and then you just stopped and
yeah, it seems like confusion, like a mess somehow.
Yeah. So what I'm going to tell you now is that you don't have to go into that mess. You don't have to do anything about that mess. Stay at the place where you're just aware of it. Okay? But don't go any further than that, just being aware of that. Then let your power stay back in just being the awareness alone. You're not waiting for the mind to calm down. You're just totally ignoring it. You're just putting your energy again in just the awareness. It's from the awareness that you saw this chaos. So don't try and go. If you go towards the chaos, you're going to keep seeing chaos. Just leave that. Because more important than that is the awareness that caused the seeing of that. Just be aware, that's all. But don't want anything. Like I want my mind to be clear again. I don't want anything. Just be the awareness itself. And don't be waiting for any result. Can you feel the sort of emptiness there? It's very different from confusion. There's a kind of noise in confusion. The emptiness of the awareness is not a noise. It's just like a space. You don't have to do anything there. You don't have to solve anything at all. You're not waiting for another move or something. You're just here. It's just here. Like space. It's not going anywhere. It's just here. Are you aware of this? Don't be mind watching. Don't live in your face. Don't live in your head. Don't be in your head. Just feel in the space of your being. Just how that feel. There's nothing to solve. So there's a space that's neither lazy nor active. It just is. Just is. That's the space I keep pointing you to all the time. The mind force wants to go and do something, like get into some activity. And that's how it keeps you on the move somehow. But if some activity comes, it's still coming inside this great space that's here. Doesn't matter. It cannot move out of the space. Because this space, it doesn't have any contour, it doesn't have a boundary. So whatever comes up in that space, but now whatever follows it in the same space of the awareness. But the awareness is not following anything. Whatever you can perceive is in the space of awareness itself, in consciousness. And if it goes for far, it's still inside the awareness because you're aware of it. And the one who says, yeah, I am distracted, that's also appearing in the same awareness. It's not you. You're just the awareness.
Yeah.
And it's never going to change. The only thing that changes is how you experience this. You have to experience it with identity, and then you have the feeling that, oh, you're drifting away or something. But when you remember that even this drifting away is only a sensation in the greater self. It's like space cannot drift away. Everything else can drift away, but it can still drifting inside the space. Nothing can drift outside of space. And nothing can drift outside of consciousness awareness. Everything is just that is. So there's nothing you have to follow. You're just a space. There's nothing you have to follow because everything just arises in you and subsides in you. Including the idea and the identity. It just arises in you and subsides in you. Nothing affects you. if you want to practice this, the practice is also going to be perceived in the awareness, which doesn't have to practice anything at all. And the practice will only be needed if something insists on being a person who seems to lose something and get something. Then that illusory person is going to have to do some illusory practice to try and find the you that's always here. You're always here. That's what is seen. When we talk about clear seeing, that's all it means. It doesn't mean seeing an object clearly. It means just always being the subject, always being the awareness. And of course, for a while, forgetting of this seemed to happen. But the forgetting of awareness and the remembering of awareness occurs inside the awareness also. You can see, isn't it? Yeah, yeah. And now you can try and convince yourself the opposite and see if it works. That is the freedom you're talking about. I see that you see. Just that needed to happen. Just that need to happen inside that your understanding can confirm. But I mean, my God, this is so. You've always been here. You've always been here like this. Everything like the life you're living and what you have to do, and all of this is just a play inside this great awareness. Changing so many different costumes, doing so many places, going here, feeling this, all of this is still just movements inside the great awareness. And this is why you don't feel like you have to manage or control the life, because it will go back to feeling, oh yes, when your baby says, "Mom, where are you?" and something wants to go, yeah, okay, I'm here, so I'm feeling frustrated, and then somehow you'll see that all of this is still inside the great awareness, and it will lose its power. It will lose this kind of the frustration. You think, but who is frustration? Who is really frustrated? It's still just an idea I'm holding of myself, appearing in the great awareness that I am. And you can see that this is not a belief. Can you see that it's not a belief? It's a seeing, or is it a believing?
No, it's not a belief.
It's a seeing, of course. It's a seeing. This is what needed to be seen.
There's still like this thought like coming, oh, you don't get it. It's trying, even if it's clear, like, you don't get it. No, that's not it, you know?
Yeah. And who is it speaking to?
To nothing.
Exactly. And it's going to try more and more to come, but it can only be a thought arising in the great awareness. Speaking to who? Who is it speaking to? You know, it's trying to catch. It's trying to catch a fish that doesn't exist. Is it a disappointing discovery?
No.
Then I don't think there's anything more I need to say to you about anything. I think we have pretty much wrapped it up.
No more needed.
In daily life we continue talking, oh, how how old is so and so, when you're going to do this, and something seems to speak this language like that, it's fine. But all of it now is very much inside that great space. And you don't have to say, oh, this life is just a big joke. It's not. It is whatever it is. It is still the great awareness in all its different forms playing out a life, enjoying, experiencing.
This is all taking place in your presence. Don't bind yourself to anything. Thoughts arise from the ocean of the self. It is all taking place in the presence of you.